Good morning, friends. It's actually getting to be kind of a nice day. I see the sun trying to peek out today. I wanted to just have a little chat with you about being mindful of where you spend your dollars. The name of this channel, as you all know, is Ellen's Abundant Life on Less. And I do live on a lower fixed income. Having said that, I don't want to have a poor man's mindset. So, because I'm mindful of where I do spend my dollars, I'm able to acquire things that some people may not be able to for various reasons. And I know a lot of people out there are struggling financially. We have many people in this country at poverty level, which in this day and age is kind of hard to believe. But those are not the people I'm talking about. Some people struggle every day just to put food on the table. I'm fortunate enough not to be in that situation, but I do have to be very mindful of where I spend my money. So I've learned that lesson since I retired. Before I retired, I had enough income. I wasn't making six figures or anything like that, but I had a comfortable life. I had 3 children, which I still have, thank the Lord. 3 younger children. I was a single mom. So even back then, I did have to be mindful of how I spend my dollars. So because of that, I've learned to really stretch a buck. And I'm very thankful for that. And one of the best teachers that I've had through my life here is my mother. She lived through the war, through the Great Depression. She's 90. She actually, next month she'll be 91. And that woman can stretch a buck from here to Chicago. I mean, really, and just being around her has taught me how to do that. But I did go through a phase in my life, and I'm very upfront about this, where I just went a little crazy. I had more money than I had before, and it was like I got the mentality of I'm just going to buy everything and anything I want. So because of that, I've been in debt, I've been out of debt, I've been debt-free, I've had a little bit of debt, I've been all over the place. So right now I have some debt, and it's credit card debt because not last year, but the year before, I overspent, and I'm very upfront about that. So I'm paying that debt off, and it's not a horrendous amount, but it still needs to be paid off. So am I going to be debt-free? Now, I'm 69 years old, and really at this point in my life, a little bit of debt is okay with me. I'm all right with that because you can't take it with you either. So you kind of have to have a balance of where do you want to be? What is your goal? That's what's important. What is your goal? Is your goal to be totally debt-free, or is it to have some things that you want and you maybe buy them on credit? Hello. And you pay them off, or the thing is, don't get into debt more than what you're able to pay off in a reasonable amount of time. Now, at some point, I'm going to need new windows for this house because all the seals are starting to break. Now, I built this house back in 2003, and it is paid for. So I don't have to worry about that, but I still have maintenance that I have to do on this house. So when that time comes, I'm hoping to wait a couple years yet because not all the windows are bad. But for me, it would be wiser to replace all the windows than just replace the glass. So when that comes, I'm going to look around and I'm going to find a company that is well established, because you have to be careful with buying windows. Some of these things are fly by night. They're here today, gone tomorrow, and they give you lifetime warranties. And you might as well use that paper in the bathroom. But I will buy something like that on time payments. Now, hopefully, I would find something that would be maybe same as cash. I bought my refrigerator that way. I bought all my kitchen appliances that way. And actually, I bought all the furniture in my house that way, where I just took out same as cash. And I love doing that. So anyway, you have to decide for yourself where your comfort level is in as far as debt goes. So, and being debt free and having, $30,000, $40,000 in the bank for any emergency that comes up is wonderful. And I wish that I could get there, but at this point in my life, on the income I have, which is less than 28,000, to be honest with you, I can't save that much money anymore, but I do have a little bit of an emergency fund, and I do have, I'm good for the rest of my life, but it is a fixed income, and I'll never get more than that unless, my YouTube videos go viral, and but I'm not planning on that. It would be nice, but no. But anyway, so this whole long story is actually leading to another subject. So for probably the last at least 2 years, I've been driving my car since 2006, and I bought it as a demo back then, and I paid, I believe it was $18,000 for it, and it had 4,000 miles on it. So it was like a brand new car. And I love this car. I still love this car. And it runs fine, but the roof leaks because it's a convertible. The back window leaks. The back defroster doesn't work anymore. When it rains really hard, somehow I get a puddle on the floor of the back seat. Mechanically, it's great, but the one fender's rusting, and it's just the body's falling apart. So at some point, I know I have to get another car. So for the last couple years, I've been seriously looking. A couple times I've come across cars that I really liked, but they were a little bit too much for me. So I kind of had a cap of what I was looking for and what I was thinking about spending. So yesterday, I was driving on one of our main roads here, and out of the corner of my eye, this little white convertible car goes blowing by, and I notice there's a sticker in the window. And I'm thinking, oh my God, that's just the car I've been looking for. It's the Buick convertible, and I love convertibles. I really do. So anyway, I thought, well, there's this little dealership that I've been driving by for about 5 years now, and every now and then they have convertible cars out there for sale. It's a fellow that fixes up cars that have been in wrecks and then resells them, but there's really nothing wrong with the cars other than maybe, the doors were all smashed or something, but he has a report on it and everything. So I'm driving up this road and I'm thinking, if that little white car pulls in that lot, I'm going to look at it. And it did. It totally did. So I pulled in there, and I'm looking at it, and of course the guy comes out, and it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. And brand new, this car was $37,000. Okay. Now this car is a 2019, which is like a new car, and it only has 14,000 miles on it. And when I looked at the sticker, it's a $17,000 car. And I'm thinking, of course, well, can I make the payments? How long can I stretch it? So I think I'm going to purchase this car. I'm not planning on paying over 6 years because then I'll end up paying $25,000 for it. But for the amount that I can get the car payment down to, I can make double payments if I want. If I have a month where it's kind of lean, then I can just afford that car payment. So I haven't made up my mind 100%, but I think I'm going to buy this car because I could wait another year or two, and I know my car is not going to last much longer in the condition it's in. But at that point in time, will I find a car that I really want, or will I just find another hoopty car that I really don't want, but I'm just going to drive? So my whole point of this conversation, my long-winded conversation here is, if you really, really want something, wait. Wait until, first of all, it's the price that you want to pay, and secondly, you can afford it. So I can afford a $250 car payment, which is about what this will turn out to be, once I finagle the finances on it. So if you want something, be mindful of how you spend those dollars that you spend at stores like the Dollar Tree or, your discount store or whatever it is. I'm not saying don't do that because I still do that, but not like I used to. And I'm more mindful of what I really want because there's that old saying, you can have anything, but you can't have everything. And when I started doing my budgeting, which I really didn't do before, I was so surprised how much money I used to literally, pee away, for lack of a better term. So that's why I'm more mindful of where I spend my money, and I'm able to actually find the things that I want for the price that I want to pay, but it takes some patience. It takes some patience and some waiting and some looking around and sometimes saying, no, I can't afford that, but I'm going to wait until something comes along that I can afford. I don't want to spend the money on this right now because then I can't afford to buy anything else. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm looking through my February budget on my low spend, and I know buying this car does not fit in with a low spend, but it's something that I feel like I really need to do before I'm in an emergency situation and just go out and buy any car that may or may not be a good car. So, but for February, I did a good job. I've been glancing over my spending for the month, and March will still be a low spend, even though I will have a car payment coming up probably in April. I plan on doing a low spend in March, and I still plan on doing a low spend for the rest of the year, especially to enable me to afford this car that I plan to pay off hopefully in a couple years. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. What do you think? I mean, how do you stretch your money? How do you afford the things that you really want? And how do you not spend money on the things that you don't really want, that you're just kind of blowing the money on. All right, leave me a comment below and let me know. And if you think this is a really dumb idea, you can let me know that too. Anyway, thanks for listening. I love you guys. I wish you abundant blessings, and I'll see you next time.